Hey, what's up, good people? It's your boy Scarfinger, and Scarcasm is back, yo.
Scarcasm is back, all full and shit, full of fucking turkey.
I don't even like turkey, but we'll talk about that in a second. So of course Chase is in the building, and we running this just us. I think we need to do I think we need to start bringing some more guests on. I really enjoyed that.
I was going to do. Loose Screw was supposed to come on last week, but then he had to back out last minute because something come up.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about that. So that'll be dope. I'm still holding a painting for him. It's a small one though. Man, it's been a weird couple of weeks. I will say that. I mean, it's a life right now for me is an absolute fucking roller coaster. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit of, I don't know whether you call it like a high, but I kind of I'm really kind of feeling my groove with the paintings right now. Mm-hmm. And like sometimes even the one that I did yesterday, I did a Christmas painting yesterday, and my original idea did not go well, and then something just clicked and I just started fiddling with stuff and I actually made it look decent. And it was not something that I really have done a lot of. There's not a whole lot of my paintings that I've rescued. A lot of them, I'll make the painting, and if it don't go well, then I'll just be like, fuck it, I'll just do another one. Or, right. There's only been two, in the history of me doing paintings, there's only been two that I just said, that I scraped. Scraping, basically, the painting is still wet, I just scrape all of the paint off. And you can see that I scraped one of the paintings off because, on the YouTube page, when I start, you can see the remnants of the painting that I messed up. And so I started over, but I doused it all in white before I started on the next painting anyway. But yeah, this one, the one I did yesterday was an absolute disaster, and then I recovered it. And then I kind of felt something, my girl and I decided we were a little bit in the spirit yesterday. So we did a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. I poured paint on some ornaments. She glittered, the inside of a bunch of ornaments. And then I glittered one, just to get an idea of the process. Mm-hmm. That was totally fun. For real. All right, I'm gonna be honest. The glittering was a lot easier than paint pouring one. A whole lot easier. Because I had to pour over those things maybe about 4 times because something was wrong. So there's a part of it that wasn't covered or something like that. So all of the final product I painted over 4 times. And so, but like I said, last couple of weeks have been kind of crazy. So you got the highs from that. The weekend before Thanksgiving I spent, with my daughter. And that's always dope. Even when my daughter ain't acting right, which there was moments where she won't acting right. It's still just a blessing, to be around her and to be able to impart something close to wisdom, when it comes to the changes in her life and how to deal with this stuff and, how to, sometimes is how to act and all of that. So those are highs. Work has been boring, absolute boring. There's just not a whole lot going on at work. I spend most of my day watching YouTube or the CW app trying to catch up on my shows. I need to catch up on The Good Place, but I got Hulu for that because Hulu was doing a thing where they had, it's 99 cents a month for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. So I'm going to go into the Hulu app and see if I can get on The Good Place. because on the website, you got to deal with commercials anyway. My ad blocker will not stop those, commercials. It does on the CW app, but it absolutely will not stop that. And so I figured I might as well watch it on Hulu anyway, because then I can get it served up to me, and it's a whole lot easier.
How long is that 99-cent thing lasting?
I do not know. If it's still active. It was still active as of Monday. I don't know how long it's going to last, but if you ever had Hulu before, it won't work.
Oh, okay.
Probably, cause I had a friend, when I posted it, I shared it to Facebook, because, Will, shared it into the chat. Well,
if you ever had Hulu before with the same email address.
Probably. Well, actually, no. She, my homegirl that I used to work with, she said she tried it. They, stopped her from doing it by her IP address. Wow,
they getting smart over there.
Yeah, they got smart. So all that, the Meef J, the Meef J Spotify thing doesn't really work over there no more. But yeah, it's that, and then there's a few personal things that would create like the down part of the last couple weeks. And then it was the high of Thanksgiving. Well, the low of not wanting to go see my people for Thanksgiving, and then actually going and having a good time. So like I said, the last couple of weeks has just been kind of a roller coaster. But
activate that Hulu at the library.
Yeah. If you're going to activate that Hulu, use a different email and go to your mama and them house. Make sure that your mama and them ain't already have your Hulu account over there, and do that. Go to the library. They're building a new library here, and I pass by it every day on the way to work. I think it's going to be dope, because the other one, the regular library here, is kind of tiny, and they're building what looks like to be a pretty sizable building for the new library of this area. So
people in podcasts be talking like their libraries have video games and shit, like new shit.
What?
Like, I checked out Spider-Man or whatever.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that. I do, Blu-rays and DVDs and shit, but I ain't never seen nothing like that. Never. But then again, you never know. I mean, it depends on where you are and how much access that they have to the money to be able to do something like that. I think if you're in a situation like you're a library, you might be able to bring people in like that. Especially if you have a section like that, and then you have the accompanying pieces of literature.
Check out Halo 3, but also here's some Halo books you can check out too.
Yeah, because a lot of those Halo books are actually pretty dope. The Forerunner saga is a little bit difficult to understand at first.
Well, the Forerunner fucking shit is difficult to understand anyway.
Yeah, but like, I listen to the audiobooks, so it might be different if you read it. But I listened to the audiobooks, and it was very, very difficult to understand. There's times where I missed significant chunks because I was just trying to figure out what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I had like a glossary available of some of the things that they were talking about, but like some of it I could kind of glean from it, and then the rest of it I just had to chalk it up to the game. But yeah, I think that would be actually pretty fucking dope. How's your last couple weeks? We'll talk about Thanksgiving in a second. How's your last couple weeks, man?
It's been good. Actually, this whole room thing, we did it after, like the Saturday after we podcast. So the Thursday after that was Thanksgiving, and we didn't podcast. So it's been 2 weeks. So it's been like this for 2 weeks, but so yeah.
Okay.
So we did that, and it's kind of been on the norm, except for the holiday stuff, and just trying to play some video games. And
I actually played some.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I played games other than Killing Floor, and I played at least 2 games other than RimWorld in the past 2 weeks.
Cool. Because you talking about Killing Floor is kind of like Marcus talking about Overwatch. It's just like, yeah, I played that, but y'all know that. So actually saying that you played something is like playing something not that.
Right. I am almost I've been playing a lot solo on PC trying to get the seasonal rewards, which are a whole lot easier to do. So I pretty much soloed it, with the exception of one of them. I did play with a group, but I'm almost finished. I just got to get a whole bunch of kills, and I got to kill a whole bunch of bosses, and then I get my battle axe. Here's the problem with the battle axe, though. It's really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use a berserker though. Like, I don't use a berserker at all. Now, a couple on the consoles, I have used the survivalist a couple of times, but I tried to use a berserker and I don't like it. So even if I go through the whole process of unlocking this, especially on all three consoles, I don't know if I'm actually going to use that axe.
Right.
And then here's the dumb thing. They did something stupid.
Yeah.
They introduced 3 weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them is just a fire axe, but then the thing that you unlock is a battle axe. It's basically what's the one, the boss version of the boomer. What's he called? I can't think of his name right this second.
Oh, the Abomination?
Yeah, the Abomination is one of his axes.
Huh.
Because, the last seasonal unlock was Hans's gun.
I want to go around farting out freaking poison like he does.
No, I don't think I want to do all that. I mean, shit. I mean, if you ask my girl, for the last couple of weeks, I've been farting poison anyway. Or last few days, I've been farting poison anyway. So I don't think I need to do that in a video game. But, yeah, go back to your week. My bad.
No, you're good, man. That's pretty much been it. I mean, nothing really too crazy is going on. A buddy of mine having a open house, well, not open house, housewarming party. We're going to go to that Saturday.
Okay.
So,
that's dope. I mean, what kind of gift you bringing, though?
I think he just wants to bring food. That's all he asked for.
Wait, you have a housewarming and you don't want people to bring you stuff for your house?
I don't know. That's what I figured. But when they want nothing like that on the Facebook group, because he made like an event or whatever. It just said something about potluck. So I think he just wants to have a party. It's his first one.
No, but no. I'm gonna tell you this straight up. As a person who had a housewarming, and I just basically told people to just bring the kind of things that you want to, do not show up to that bitch with empty-handed. Buy some fucking towels or something. Like, so, bring something. Don't just show up there with just whatever you cooked. Bring something, anything. I mean, a brother could always use some more towels. Like, for real.
We would just towels. Bring some of mine.
Yeah, no, you gotta get some new stuff. You ain't gotta get no special stuff, but just go and get you some towels. Go to Walmart and get you some decent towels. Not like the cheapest towels, the mid-level towels, you know what I'm saying? And then find out what is, do you got a color scheme? Is he married?
No.
Okay, so he's not married, so he a dude. So, and he a dude. So, bruh, just go ahead and get you a couple of matching towel sets. Get 2 different sets in 2 different color schemes. Because he a dude, he probably don't have a color scheme for his bathroom anyway. Unless he has a colorful shower curtain, which you could just kind of be like, yo, what's your shower curtain look like? And he'd be like, man, why you asking me about my shower curtain? It's like, nigga, I just asked you about your shower curtain. And just let it be. But go do that shit. Get some towels and some washcloths and the little thing, the kind of in-between ones that you wipe your hands on because you don't want people to wipe their hands on your towel. Like, do that shit. But get 2 sets of mid-level. Get the mid-level. You ain't got to get the expensive. You ain't got to get the Better Homes and all that other stuff. What's that joint called? Is it called Better Homes?
Yeah.
Is okay. So I'm not tripping. So don't go Better Homes. You can get the Walmart kind, but there's two kinds of Walmart kinds. There's two of them.
Yeah.
There's the cheapest ones that you got, and it's like $2 for a towel or something like that. You don't want to do the $2. You want to do the $4. You know what I'm saying?
There's like Maystays, and then there's another one.
Yeah. Don't great value it. Maystay.
Have you seen the juice?
Oh, it's right here.
So yeah, go ahead and do that. Don't get the one with the blue rectangle, the blue square. Don't blue square that joint. Get the mid tier ones.
Painting.
I'm sure he sees his painting.
Yes, I see it. I seen it. I just didn't want to say nothing because no one else can see this. So I would just be talking about something that no one else can see.
Right.
And it would be a little bit on the weird side. You know what I'm saying?
Here, what did he say?
He said that he didn't want to say nothing because nobody else can see it.
Aww.
Because we ain't live, man.
Love you,
This is audio. This is coming through the radio. We're FM.
Yeah, we effing them right now.
Yeah, we effing them.
Alright, I'll let y'all be.
All right. So you got anything else going on till we can, before we get into Thanksgiving and then our consumption?
That's pretty much it, man.
What's up with Young Rouse, yo? He just had a birthday.
Yeah, he did, man. What was that before?
We did. We have not done a show since the birthday.
Well, the birthday was technically before the show, but it was like on a Tuesday night, and we didn't really want to be doing nothing on Tuesday night. So, because by the time we're doing stuff would be like around his bedtime, and if we did it in the afternoon, Aiden would be in school. So we kind of wanted to wait till the Saturday. So,
most people do that. Like, you wait till the Saturday to celebrate your kid's birthday. One, because like other people will be available if you do decide to throw a party, and also you gotta wait till that paycheck clear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I got you, Young Rouse. I got you, dog. But like, let me see about my paycheck real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you want some Dinobots. I could do the Dinobots, but you're gonna have to wait till Friday. And we have to do the whole thing with the Dinobots on Saturday after I get paid on Friday, cause you know I still gotta go to work. So we gonna do this on Saturday, and you gonna get some Dinobots. Like, I'm gonna get you the cake and all that kind of stuff on your birthday on Tuesday. The Tuesday will be just fine, but you ain't gonna see no Dinobots until Saturday.
Right. Yeah. He enjoyed that, I think, cause we cut some cake, and then he just got the rest of the cake and just like got up all in that shit.
Oh, you didn't do the little cake?
No, he had the whole cake.
Oh, word. I did for my for Pooh Bear's first birthday. It was a little weird because I was holding Pooh Bear and I was eating some cake, but I'm trying to hold her at the same time. So there was some on the outside of my lip, and she fucking went for it. Like, she was just, and there's a picture of it, but it just looks like we're kissing. No, she was eating the cake off my face because I couldn't properly do it while holding her at the same time. Yeah. So she's eating the cake off my face, but there's like one picture of it, and it was just dope. Well, we did the little cake thing for her. We got her a little cake that she could smash up and just eat it with her hands, and then we had a regular cake.
Cool. Yeah, and that, they've got better about cakes, man. Cause like, when I was growing up, it was like, birthday cake, I liked birthday cake flavored things, but actual birthday cake was just kind of like, I don't know, man. But this birthday cake was like good. It's like, they're actually putting some quality into the birthday cakes now.
Man, I'm gonna tell you about the best cake ever. and I don't know how much I've said this on the podcast before, and I don't know if I've actually talked about this since you've been on the show, but let me tell you about the greatness that is BJ's birthday cake. Okay, so imagine a birthday cake, right? And it's just regular old sheet cake.
Yeah.
But somebody cut that bitch straight down the middle, the flat side, and put a layer of chocolate mousse in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that's just the first layer. And you can even, at the time, you could even get some of it with a strawberry mousse. The strawberry mousse wasn't as good as the chocolate mousse. Especially the strawberry mousse, with the whipped topping, cause I'm more of a whipped, but, as opposed to buttercream type of dude. But let me tell you, that chocolate mousse in the middle of your cake, bruh. I had a BJ's card specifically so that when I wanted some cake, I could go get cake. I mean, it was, you know, at the time, Pooh Bear diapers and all of that stuff too. But fuck Pooh Bear and those diapers. I had a BJ's card for that fucking cake.
So you're talking about BJ's like the Costco, like Sam's Club place?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one of those pretty close, so.
Yeah. Yo, for real, roll up in there and be like, yo, I need, you know, cause you can go in there and be like, yo, I need to look around before I actually get a membership. You know what I'm saying? Go to BJ's, go look around, make sure they got the chocolate mousse cake, and then go ahead and get that membership if they got it. It's been a while for your boy.
Well, I've been thinking about it because not as much for food, because I've never really been a person who likes to stock up on food like that. Unless it's like something that just won't go bad, like canned food and stuff.
No,
but,
I stock up on food, but mostly it's, you know, when I stock up, it's like nuggets and fries. Because nuggets and fries are always the best fallback. Like, when don't nobody feel like doing nothing, then just go ahead and throw some nuggets and fries in the oven and just let that shit be what it is. I had that shit today. Actually, I was eating and watching TV with my girl, who you can probably hear her in the background. I was watching TV with my girl, and apparently my phone had gotten switched to silent instead of vibrate, so I had no idea what time it was. But I just had some nuggets and fries, and then my girl threw in some corn dogs on the side, and you know, motherfucking corn dogs are the shit.
Well, you have a freezer, because that's one thing.
I have a tall, like, it looks like a small refrigerator type freezer. I can't do a deep freezer. Like, the fucked up part about a deep freezer is whatever's at the bottom of that bitch just gets lost.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, damn, I didn't even know I had a turkey down there. Like, that type of shit. Even though I'm not a turkey guy, is that type of shit. Be like, damn, I went and bought me some hamburger and I already had hamburger meat under here. I just didn't eat the stuff that was on the top to let me know that bitch was on the bottom. So, like, it's, a chest freezer is like the worst thing ever for me. I need to be able to see everything. I need to be able to open that bitch like a refrigerator and just kind of look around. You know, like how you just kind of, sometimes when you just hungry and you don't, or you want a snack and you just open the fridge and you just kind of stand there and look, and then you close it and then you open it again like shit done changed, while you still try to figure out what the fuck you want to eat. Like that type of thing, but I need that for a freezer.
Yeah. But my main thing for like a BJ's Club would be stuff like toilet paper and paper towels and stuff that you can really stock up on. And because, I mean, you're always fucking running out of that kind of shit because you're using it all the time.
My boss will Amazon the fuck out of that shit, yo. I mean, he will Amazon, like, we'll get, like, we'll just be sitting there chilling, and the people will come and just bring in some big ass boxes, and you're like, damn, what the fuck's in that big ass box? Oh, he just ordered a shitload of 1-ply fucking toilet paper, like that type of thing. No, actually,
yeah.
He kind of upgraded a little bit. He upgraded a little bit, but that 1-ply, he'll order like a shit ton of 1-ply toilet paper and stuff like that. But that shit comes right from Amazon. Just go ahead and Amazon that shit instead of BJ's. You know, get your toilet paper and shit from Amazon. But go ahead and get the BJ's for the cake.
Cool. Yeah, because Yeah, I shop weird. There's two prices, right? When you look at a price tag, there's two prices there. One is what you're actually paying for. Like, say you have a package of toilet paper. The other one is the price of it per sheet or per unit. And I'll like look at the ones, okay, this one is 0.9 cents per sheet. Well, this one's 0.8.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I learned a long time ago that you gotta be careful about being cheap in all aspects of your life. And there's two places where you should not be cheap. You shouldn't be cheap on what you wipe your ass with, even though the Dollar Tree toilet paper is perfectly fine toilet paper. But you shouldn't be cheap on what you wipe your ass with, and you shouldn't be cheap on what you wash your clothes with.
We're not cheap in what we wash our clothes with. That's for damn
now,
sure.
I ain't about to do no Tide, cause that's like some, you know, like you only really get Tide, like if they got some Tide Pods in like, the Dollar Tree or something like that. You get like 3 of them in a little thing for $1. But Tide is like really fucking expensive. But like,
yeah.
I still don't go like the cheapest joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause you're actually using, like if you go with the cheapest stuff, especially with, dish detergent, you can like, just, what I do, I turn it up. If I don't see no bubble going up, I ain't getting it. It will, and there's like, it's just water. Like, it's actually more expensive to use that because it's, you know, there's actually not as much there. It's mostly water. It's all watered down.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't be cheap in those aspects because you fuck around with the cheapest fucking, stuff to wash your clothes and like you be itching and shit and you be like, man, what the fuck's going on right now? And
yeah, we use Gain.
Like Gain ain't necessarily the great value. And like Gain has some, the cool thing about Gain is it has some cool scents. You know what I mean? You can get some of the stuff that smell right. You know what I mean? You could do alright with Gain. I'm more of an Arm & Hammer type of dude. I like that Arm & Hammer, you know what I mean? Like that's my jam. That's what I roll with. That's what I rock with. The Arm & Hammer. But like, there's some stuff that ain't even like, I see it when I go to Walmart, right? I don't even know what this shit is called. But, I just realized, you ever have a thought where you're like talking or something like that and you kind of step out of yourself even while you're talking and you just have a thought like, damn, I'm really cussing a lot. Probably because I can. Cause I did facetious for the last couple of weeks, but I haven't really been here to get my cussing on.
And you did facetious with like, you know, people you want to watch your mouth around and stuff. So even less cussing.
Yeah.
So over here you're like,
yeah, I'm like, I went from, gosh darn it to fuck this shit real fast. But,
well, gosh darn it.
But I just had a thought, like, while I was talking, like, man, I'm cussing a lot. You know what? Fuck it. I'm cussing a lot today. We cussing a lot. You know what? That should be the show title. We cussing a lot. But, yeah, so when you're in the thing to wash your clothes, laundry detergent or whatever, there's this thing where I don't even know what the fuck this shit called, but that shit don't come in a bottle. That shit don't come in a box. That shit is in a straight up bag. You know, like how, you get that big ass bag of cereal when when you get the what's it called? The Malto Meal?
Yeah.
Even though the Malto Meal Crunch Berries is alright though. But there's just a bag of fucking detergent and it's not a little bag either. And I'm just like, who the fuck buys this bag? Why do you always have this here? And why do you keep this in your store? Obviously somebody's buying it, but it's just really fucking weird that someone's buying this shit. Because like, who buys this bag? I really want, at one point I was standing in Walmart. I went to Walmart by myself and I was going to buy some more Arm & Hammer and I just had a thought like, I really just want to sit here for a while to see who grabs this fucking bag so I can ask them some questions. Because there's some questions that need to be answered about this bag. Like, why are you buying this bag instead of buying something else? Like, for real, I have all the questions, bruh. Who buys the bag?
So you ain't a Fabuloso type of guy?
No, I don't even think that shit fabuloso. Well, I'm from the hood. I know people who put fabuloso in a pot and boil it on, put it in like a pot on the stove so it can, make your house smell good. So, like, I know people who fuck with fabuloso hard. Now, I ain't never been that far with it, but I know people who fuck with fabuloso hard. And also I heard that you could put fabuloso in those little plug-ins. Apparently my girl just said this shit don't work, but someone told, I've seen it that you can put fabuloso in the plug-in with the little warmer thing on the wall, and that's supposed to work a little something. But then again, the plug-ins only really work for a day anyway. Like, after the first day, you don't really smell it anymore. Like, somebody walk in your house and be like, oh shit, Hawaiian breeze. And I'm like, nigga, I don't smell no Hawaiian breeze. Like, where the fuck did the Hawaiian breeze go? Well, I ain't smelled the Hawaiian breeze since the first day.
Well, you get used to it. It's kind of like, that happens with stank too. Like you'll be in your car and your car is like, maybe it's a really big animal person and you get in your car. It's like, you don't smell nothing. They get in your car, you're like, holy shit, it smells like dog, or if it's cigarettes or whatever, you don't smell the cigarette.
Yeah, that happened to me when I went to my sister's house, and she was asking me questions about the smell. Like, does it smell like dog in here? And I'm just like, yes. I just thought it was how your house smelled. And she was just like, I don't fucking smell it at all, because she has 2 dogs. She has a little dog. I think it's what's it called? I think it's a Yorkie poo.
Mm.
And she has a Yorkie poo, and then she has a big ass pit bull. And that motherfucker is huge now. Like, typically when I go over her house, they put the dog in the crate and kind of out the way because the dog wants to kill me. So I hadn't seen the dog in quite some time. And on Thanksgiving, I saw that motherfucker, and he is huge now. Like, he is, I mean, before, when he was a little bit of a smaller dog and before he put all that weight on, like for real, they call him, he's a pit bull, and they call him Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh now look like he been in the joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put some weight on. He looked like he been lifting some weights. You know what I mean? Like, he looked like, he was barking at me every time I opened the door because I put my coat in the bedroom where those crates were. But, Pittsburgh looked like he done seen some things in his life, and, he has some things that he needs to atone for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing in here, Pittsburgh? I ate a motherfucker. Like, that type of shit. Like, that's what Pittsburgh looks like. Cause, you know what I mean? Like, he put on some bulk. I can't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Now I can't think about that dog trying to fucking kill me, yo. Speaking of that, let's go to Thanksgiving, man.
Okay.
All right. So I did not want to do anything for Thanksgiving. My girl went to see her people. And I really did not want to go at all. I just wanted no real parts of it. But my sister convinced me to come because I missed last Thanksgiving with them. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go. And I had an absolute blast. I drank a little bit. I was pretty, I wasn't drunk, but I couldn't feel my teeth no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you know when the alcohol got you, when you can't feel your teeth no more. Like, for real. So I couldn't feel my teeth no more. I had like 3 different kinds of Moscato. Cause, my brother-in-law keeps a bar. Like, he keeps all kinds of alcohol. And, he went and got different kinds of Moscato and stuff like that. And I had a smidge of some, cranberry vodka. I didn't really care for that. So I let that one go. But that Moscato was good, especially that passion fruit. I had 3 different kinds. I had blue Moscato, where it just tasted like regular Moscato. It was just blue. I don't know whether it was supposed to be some sort of flavor, but I ain't taste no flavor. It was just blue. And then I had a pineapple Moscato. And I thought that was real cool until I had the passion fruit. The passion fruit was that jam. The passion fruit was like that. And so I had those, and it was just a good time. And then we played, while they were watching the game, there was a lot of, the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys, playing. And, a lot of them are the fans of those teams. So they were really into the game. But then we started playing left, right, center, and we were playing for money. And I'd never played left, right, center before. Every time I talk about it with people, it's, a lot of people know what it is, but I ain't never played that shit before. I ain't never really heard of it before, but I had all the fun. It's a very, very simple game. It's just dice. And we were playing for money. I ended up making my money back. Actually, I made a little bit more than my money back, but I gave a little bit of it away. And we just had a really good fucking time. Except for one part. I did not want to bake. And, if you listen to Facetious, for the last couple weeks, or the weeks leading up to Thanksgiving, I said I wasn't baking a goddamn thing. So I made two no-bake desserts. I made a Butterfinger pie, and I made a banana pudding. Now, I didn't make a very large banana pudding because I'm just like, hey, my shit was like the one of the last additions to this because I wasn't expecting to go. So I figured everybody else had the desserts on lock. So I'm just gonna make a regular old banana pudding and just let that shit be what it is. But apparently the banana pudding was a real big hit and there was not enough of it to go around. So, and then, my drinking buddies, we were all sitting at the table together, away from the people that were watching the games. My brother-in-law, I guess you call him my brother-in-law, is my sister's husband's brother. I just find it weird that I call my sister's husband and his brother the same title. You know what I'm saying? I can't figure out if there's another title for my brother-in-law. It's just weird. No one has the answer to that. So I'm guessing that's just my brother-in-law. So my brother-in-law tried to convince me that I needed to franchise my banana pudding, and I needed to mass produce my banana pudding. He liked it that much. Uh-huh. So that was not the fun part. I was just like, man, I ain't even about that life no more. I'm a painter now. I fucking paint. I don't make a whole bunch of fucking desserts anymore. Especially because I can't really make them around here. Because,
they're like, I can't eat paintings.
Right. But like, I can't really make them around here anymore because like.
What you do is you start making cakes, but then you take the stuff and like you make the paintings on top of the cake. But it's with like the food colorings and shit.
I've seen people do this thing. It's a type of painting. You can buy this kind of canvas and it has like multi-tiered squares. So it kind of looks like a cake. Uh-huh. But it's really just kind of canvas wrapped around something to hold it into that kind of a shape. So technically I can paint something that looks like a cake. Oh, and then let me tell you something else I saw. I saw somebody doing, these like weird designs with, like coffee. You know what I mean? Like the type of coffee when people just make designs out of the type of coffee. And there was somebody that was doing it. It was just some kind of random fucking Facebook video. But like what I was watching them do is exactly what I do. Like I was just like, yeah, it's just fluid painting with a different medium. Like you're using different color coffee creamers to do the same thing that I do with paint at the top of a fucking coffee cup. So yeah, I saw that. But yeah, all in all, man, Thanksgiving was good. I mean, I ate all right and just, spend some time with the fam. It was actually pretty decent.
Cool.
How was yours?
It was good. We it wasn't quite the normal because we normally go to different places and I'll help my dad cook and stuff. But we didn't do any of that. We just went to and my mom didn't do her own because my uncle I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. He like had a stroke.
I don't remember.
But he survived the stroke, so he was like, they weren't going to like do their own, so everyone kind of potlucked it. So my mom still like cooked and stuff, some, and everyone kind of come together. So we just did that. And my dad, I was like, Dad, we don't have to do it like right now. Plus, if we did a Thanksgiving tonight, at night, and then I just went over here during the day, nobody's going to be freaking hungry for it, So we can do it whenever. We can do it in the middle of December for all I care, Mm-hmm. And you were saying you didn't like turkey. And normally, to me, turkey is just something you have at Thanksgiving. And you might have some just because you're supposed to, but there's a lot of turkey left over because most people are going after that stuffing or the green bean casserole or something like that. Right. And then, but when we started doing a injector, and Tony's makes like a Cajun, like garlic something or another or whatever, and we did that 2 years in a row at my dad's house, and when we did that, there was no turkey left over. It was like the best turkey I've ever had. To me, the turkey's better like the next day, cold, making sandwiches.
I just can't do cold food. I just can't.
Like not for sandwiches?
I don't do cold food. I don't really do a whole lot of cold food. Like food. Not like, like fruits and stuff like that. Like, yeah, cold. But like food, I don't do
cold fried chicken? You don't do cold pizza?
Absolutely not. I don't do cold food, and I don't really do hot drinks. It's very seldomly that I will have a hot cocoa. And by the time I actually drink the cocoa, it might as well just been cold.
You don't do apple cider?
Nope.
My mom made a...
I don't do cold food, I don't do hot drinks.
My mom made a freaking amazing apple cider. What she did is like the normal apple cider stuff, but she... You know those candies they're like balls? They're like they're not Red Hots. They're something else. It's just like a ball candy, like a hard candy, but it's like a hot cinnamon. It's like an old fashioned one. Okay. Well, she would put those in that, and the steam from it would make all that drip down into the cider, and then then she would uncondense it and whatnot. But that hot that whatever it is, I just call it hot tamales. With the hot tamales, when they go down into the cider, dude, it's amazing.
It sounds pretty cool. It sounds like something I would try. I would never try that bird. Like me and the bird, we just don't rock like that. But that drink.
And you're saying ham? I like ham too. And the ham you were talking about, the brown sugar and the pineapple. Yeah, but to me, ham's more of a Christmas thing.
Yeah, I know people say that, except for, some people do basically the same meal on both days. But I know people who do like the Christmas ham, but the Thanksgiving turkey. That's cool, but I've just never been a turkey guy. Like, I'm just not about that life.
Cool, man. To each their own, man.
Yeah, and I'm not a hater, so like, I don't have no problem with you loving turkey. I just know that I don't love it.
I'll tell you something that's going to probably flip your lid there. I didn't really do it on purpose, but when I did it, I was like, actually, this is actually pretty good. But we went to Food Lion, and for some reason, Food Lion's was on like half power. And that whole day, like half the day, we were out of power at the house. And we were trying to figure it out, and I called my dad, my stepdad, who works at Progress Energy, and he said he didn't know what was going on, but as they were going to church, he saw that the trucks was leaving my road, and then all of a sudden their power got turned back on. So I guess they were done. Okay. But then when we went the Food Line, and they were on half power, and apparently that half power messed up the ground beef. And I went up there specifically to get some hamburger helper. And all they had was ground turkey, so I was like, fuck it. And I made turkey helper that night, and it worked out pretty good. It was actually really good.
Have you ever tried the Velveeta ones?
Yeah, I like those too, but I went with the regular hamburger helper because it was like cheap as dirt.
Yeah.
Those are, you know.
If I'm gonna make one of those, I'm making the Velveeta ones.
Yeah. And I normally make two. I don't do it at the same time because at one time we had this big pan that was like, it wasn't one that was like rounded. It was like straight to where you can slosh around and it's not going to go out.
Right.
But I don't know what happened to that pan. But I could do like big ass shit in that. But this with this smaller pan, I'll have to.
Are you okay? Because you've been coughing and sneezing this whole time. Do you need to take something? I'm sorry, Chase, but this is something that's just in the back of my mind while like we're talking and she's just coughing and sneezing and shit. Okay, I guess I got to deal with that after the show, or I'll help deal with that after the show. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So I would brown one hamburger and then I'll put that to the side. Then I'll brown the other one, and then make two different hamburger helpers and then put one into the like a Tupperware and then make the other one. So because just 1 pound of hamburger helper is not going to feed all of us, so I'll have to make 2 pounds.
You don't just double it. You make two different kinds.
No, I don't make 2 different kinds. I use the same kind, but I can't. But last time I tried to doubled it in that pan, it was like spilling out at the top. It was just, yeah. So I just make it twice basically, and then just mix it.
Okay.
And then I'll already be in the Tupperware, so when we're done, I can just throw the fucking bitch in the refrigerator. Well, if there's some left over.
I did. When I was not planning on going out for Thanksgiving, and my girl was already planning to go see her people, I was going to stay home and I was going to make me a baked spaghetti. Now, I typically don't do baked spaghetti around here because it requires cheese and my girlfriend doesn't like cheese, so I typically do not make anything that
so she don't like cheese and cheese don't like you, so it's like a double like a double whammy.
It's kind of, it's really like I really wish that I could pass my lactose intolerance on to her because she doesn't like the cheese anyway, so it's not going to bother her.
Yeah.
I mean, but it would bother her if she had other kinds of dairy. But like, I really wish that was something that I could pass along. But I made afterwards, I did make my baked spaghetti. I made the spaghetti the same way that I would. I use different kinds of noodles, of course. I call it all spaghetti because it all is the same. Like somebody will say, "Oh, I'm making ziti," but you made it the same way you made spaghetti. Then it's fucking spaghetti, dude. Just because it's not spaghetti noodles, you made it the exact same way.
Yeah, I don't like that what you just said because the meal isn't spaghetti. It's named after the noodle. So if you're making ziti,
fuck that shit. It's the same thing. Like if you change the noodle,
it's just noodles with meat sauce.
If you made it exactly the same, but you changed the noodle type, it's still fucking spaghetti, dog. Like it's still fucking spaghetti. All right, but I'm not gonna argue with you on this. I'm not gonna argue because there's some things that we need to argue about.
And it's also not noodles, it's pasta. There's a difference.
Pasta noodles? Who the fuck cares?
They're made with 2 different types of material.
Who fucking cares, Chase? Chase, who fucking cares?
I'm just saying.
So I kind of worked it out. This is what I did. I made it like how I normally make it, right?
Yeah.
Then I took half of it out and put it in a Tupperware container. And then I took the other half, and then that's when I put it on my cheese and stuff because I had bought it thinking that I was going to be home for Thanksgiving. So, so I put the ricotta and stuff in and all that kind of stuff. And man, that junk was bomb, but that junk kept tearing me up. Like that's how I ended up with, I didn't end up with like really bad, lactose intolerance things, but I damn sure had the milk farts. And if you know anything about milk farts are the worst kind of farts. And that's why I said the whole farting poison, because the milk farts are basically like farting poison.
Is it the ones where you can smell you, so you know everyone else can smell you?
Exactly. You know what? Milk farts are so bad that when you fart and you're by yourself, you just like, You say to yourself, like, bro, I'm sorry. You be like, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you like that. And you talking to your damn self. That's how bad milk farts are. I didn't mean to do you like that. My bad, dog.
I have to back up a second. I want to ask you. I'm not arguing with you. I just want to ask you a question. So if someone said, "Hey, man, you having a pot, you and your friends are bringing food or whatnot, and you tell someone, hey, he says I'm going to bring over some spaghetti. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big ass spaghetti, and then you get in your mind you having spaghetti tonight, and he brings it over." And it's spaghetti sauce, hamburger, and macaroni. When you be like a little bit deceived? Like,
no, I wouldn't feel anything about it. It's like okay, so like if somebody said that they were making macaroni and cheese, right? But they ain't had no elbows. So you know what? They had some rotini. They used some rotini, but they made it exactly like how they would have normally made the macaroni and cheese. Like, would you feel deceived that someone said they were making macaroni and cheese? It's just rotini instead of elbows.
Well,
see,
you're going with too short noodles. So what if they said they're going to make macaroni and cheese, but they use spaghetti noodles? It's just spaghetti and cheese.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I don't think I would feel any way about it personally. It would be an initial thought was like, that's spaghetti? Like, really? For real? That's spaghetti? But I probably wouldn't, in the long run, I probably wouldn't feel no way about it.
Because, yeah, I am a person to where, like, if someone's like, oh, I hate those noodles. I like these, you know. I'm like, they're all made the same. They're just different shapes, man. They're just different shapes.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's just you wouldn't call rotini penne. It's just spaghetti is in your mind because you're so used to the spaghetti sauce and hamburger.
But here's the problem. If the process of making spaghetti is the same and the only differentiating factor is the noodles, then I'm still going to call it spaghetti because the only thing that's different is the noodle. If I made it exactly the same I would normally make it under any other circumstance, then it's still spaghetti.
Okay, well, do you call a Chick-fil-A sandwich a burger?
No, because the difference between a Chick-fil-A sandwich and
is that it's got one thing different.
Is because there's a difference between a chicken sandwich and a hamburger because that requires a completely different set of things. I'm not putting fucking ketchup and mustard and lettuce and tomatoes and stuff on mine. Like, okay, you can some people can do all of that. I can't. I think about it
but if
as a chicken
would
sandwich.
You still call it a burger?
No, because it's just a chicken sandwich.
Right, because there's one thing changed.
No, because the core of it. The core of spaghetti didn't change. Like, the only thing that changed was one thing. So, no, I'm still going to call it, that's a chicken sandwich, that's a hamburger. Now, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Is a hamburger a sandwich? We went through this at work a couple weeks ago. Actually, yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. Is a hamburger a sandwich? And if you think that a hamburger is a sandwich, what defines a sandwich? Because if a hamburger is a sandwich, then that means a hot dog is a sandwich also.
No. Because a hot dog is not sandwiched together. Hot dog is in a hoagie.
A hot dog is sandwiched together. It's just turned upright.
But it's not sandwiched together. It's just on top of it. It's wedged. It's a wedge.
Yeah, well, they make hamburger buns like that where they don't cut it all the way through.
But if you're not putting it on top of one another, that's what makes it a sandwich. It's the layering.
I believe that a hamburger is a sandwich.
I believe it's a hamburger. I think it's a special. I don't believe a hot dog.
I think it's a specialty sandwich, but it's still a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's the same way I think a sub is a sandwich.
Yeah. because it's on top. But I don't think a hot dog's a sandwich.
But you just said that the hot dog is placed in the bread device in the same
But I'm not taking
manner,
a hot dog.
in the same manner as the sub.
It is not.
The only difference is it's turned upright instead of sideways.
The sub is cut and you sandwich it between.
But a hot dog is exactly the same, except for it's turned upright. It's the hot dog part that's exposed faces up. A sub, if you put
You're literally saying the only difference is the thing that makes it not a sandwich. It being turned upright makes it not a sandwich.
But that doesn't make any sense. Every other sandwich qualification is there. Every other sandwich qualification is there. You're saying just the way that it's turned makes it not a sandwich, but every other sandwich qualification is there.
So if you cut up hamburger meat, or if you cut up ham, lettuce, tomato, everything that you would put on a sandwich, had 2 slices of bread, you grill them, or you can toast them, put them on, like, kind of in it, like a little bit on the side to where you can, like, use it. That's a salad. That's not a sandwich. Even though it's the same exact ingredients, because you're not putting them on top of one another.
That's nonsense.
This is a sandwich. This is not a sandwich.
I need y'all to weigh in. Is that our question of the month?
I think this is the question of a fucking lifetime.
This is the question of a lifetime. I believe that technically, even though a hot dog and a hamburger are sandwiches, they're just specialty sandwiches. But it's still a sandwich. Underneath the specificity of it, I couldn't say that right. The specificity of it, the thing that makes it special, it's still a sandwich.
I mean, you can cut the hot dog in half and put it between 2 pieces of bread, and then you got a hot dog sandwich.
That someone at work said that, but as someone tried to say that it's not a sandwich because it has a bun, and I'm like, well, that's still just bread.
I mean, you can have a bun sandwich. I actually prefer like a bun over like sliced bread, but sliced bread's cheaper.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so we're closing on an hour. Do you want to get into consumption? Do you want to just fly through it real quick, or?
We can, but when you started bringing the dice, I don't know if you really care about this, but I did remember something I was doing. I'm actually creating my own kind of world campaign for a pen and paper RPG.
That's dope.
So I'm using a system called Savage Worlds, which is really easy to like make it whatever you want it to. Because it's, how like Dungeons and Dragons has its own lore, right? Like it's got, lore after lore. There's like gods and whatever and races. Yeah. Savage Worlds doesn't have any of that. I mean, there's modules to where there's like Deadlands, which is like a Western. There's like, what's another one? I don't know. The, Rippers, which is like kind of horror. But they're like, kind of like different things that are official Savage Worlds things that you can use, but the actual Savage Worlds rule set is completely open-ended, and it already has specifications for medieval, modern. So, like in the actual book, there's like, here's an AK-47. Its stats is this. Oh, the laser gun for your futuristic stuff is this. So, I'm doing something that's like set in the 90s, and it's like in a trailer park. And the people, you go into the woods and there's like fucking monsters and shit. It's pretty simple, but it's kind of what I want to do. And my friend, like Max and Colleen, are going to be a part of it. And I thought that they could, and I'm just going to make them characters because that's one thing that is hard for new people is like the character creation. Like also on the first day, they're like trying to learn all this stuff. Even though Savage World is easy, it still could take some time. So it should be pretty cool. It's called the Woods of Aberdeen, which is
Is this one of those things where you can eventually make your, put it into like a tabletop generator and make a game that other people can play out of it, or
that's my goal. Is even though that I'm making their own characters, I want it to be a point to where people can make their own characters and whatnot. So, because I don't know if it'll be any good. So they're kind of like my guinea pigs.
Okay.
And because in Savage Worlds is not a D20 system. So like, say in like Dungeons and Dragons, you like, if you're going to hit something, you like roll a D20. If its armor class is 15, you're going to have to roll at least a 15 to hit it, and then you roll your damage dice or whatever, which would be like a D8 plus 4 or something. But in Savage Worlds, it's like your skills, it's like you level it up, you're like, right now you're at a D4. If you're shooting to hit a 4, you're going to have to roll a D4 on a D, you're going to have to roll a 4 on a D4, which is, not as easy. So, but if you leveled it up to like a D8 or a D10, then you have a better chance. Your shooting skills better. So rather than like leveling it up by, you're just getting modifiers, because like say in D&D, say if its armor class is 15, but you have a +6 modifier, you only have to roll at least a 9 to hit a 15, because you're going to roll a 9 and then you add the +5, and that'd be 15. I mean a +6.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Your math was off.
So yeah, there's a lot less math involved in character creation. There's still math there, but it's a lot more simpler. And I think I just like it that, because I run a little thing for Amber just by herself, and I made it to where she auto-hitted, because it was just her by herself against all these freaking enemies in the spaceship. And I made everything Mass Effect. So all her guns were like the Avenger and stuff, and like she had, I just changed the name to just use armor that was in the book. But I changed, you were in the Normandy and you go into this, and she really liked the storytelling aspect. And she was like, but you're cheating because I'm like, well, when it comes to rules in like an RPG system, it's kind of guidelines. When it comes to the DM, DM can be like, someone's like, I want to drop kick this thing and like jump out this window, and the DM's like, I actually kind of fucking want that to happen, so
let's fucking do it.
Yeah. So like you get advantage, which in Savage Worlds you kind of actually always have advantage, which is kind of cool, because if you're a wild card, which is basically all your players are, you would roll your skill dice, which say your skill dice is a D8, but you also roll a D6 along with that. If on the D8 you roll a 1, but on the skill dice on the D6 you roll a 6, then you'll take the 6, you hit it, so you get a little bit extra chance because you're a wild card. And so I think it's a lot more fun and like to get in there and have fun rather than all this fucking math and shit that D&D does. Because I just like the role-playing aspect and telling a story rather than like it just being a bunch of stats.
Okay.
So,
do you want to get? I'll let you get into consumption because I've already talked about mine on Facetious. I'll just say that outside of the 2 games that I normally play, when I get to play games, I play a little bit of NCAA football and a smidge of Mass Effect. I'm probably going to have to go through Mass Effect 2 again, so I can end up with my perfect playthrough.
Cool. I have been playing some Mass Effect, so.
I kind of just want to skip it all and just play Andromeda, but my daughter's playing 3, so I figured I'd try to play 3, but I don't have my perfect playthrough. Because I have something that's close to perfect, except Rex died in 1. And I'm just like, I ain't trying
Why do you have all these imperfect playthroughs, man?
Because I played through it 13 times. You don't want to do it exactly the same way every time, do you?
No, but I don't know, I do. I just like it. And like some things I'm like, I just can't do that. I feel if I had Rex style just to see what it was like, I would be like, I just wasted 40 hours of my life.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
to refresh today.
You know what I'm saying? I just kind of, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I got one that Morden was dead. I have one that Rex was dead. I have another one that I started Mass Effect 3 and then I just chose like multiple people died and pretty much everybody's dead. So, you know, like I got to the first mission on the Solarian planet and Paddock was there and I'm just like, where the fuck is Morden? And then I just started questioning everything until I realized that like no one was alive.
Yeah, that's rough, man. Yeah, because I think last time I was telling you I was starting it, and I made like a goth female shepherd, and but yeah, I'm like totally on 3 now. I finished 1 and 2 already.
Yeah, I never feel the need to play 1 ever again. So, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Even if they come out with a remastered version, I don't think I want to play 1 unless they change a lot about the game, which they're probably not. So,
after playing 2, I just realized that the Citadel in Mass Effect 3 just feels soulless.
Yes.
Because it's like 4 places that you can go. There's no real like style. Like in Mass Effect 1, everywhere on the Citadel, you could not use the fast travel and pretty much take stairs to anywhere.
Yeah, but then you end up with a whole bunch of long ass fucking hallways with absolutely nothing in them.
Yeah, but you can still get to places.
Yes.
I mean, I use the fast travel. I mean, because why wouldn't you? But it's still connected to where you can still feel like it's all one place. And then in 2, it wasn't like that, but it was so stylized to where you had Dark Star, which had like, you know, its own look, and like each like level of the wards kind of had their own look. And in 3, it was just like the hospital and the docks and the Presidium Commons, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And they were all on completely separate levels, and it's just there was no feeling of connectiveness.
Right.
Connectedness. I don't know. I'm starting to get sleepy, I think.
And you don't really go to the wards at all, which I thought the wards in the Citadel were the most interesting parts.
Yes.
So.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your consumption, and we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, it's mostly been the Mass Effect trilogy, and I was thinking about getting into some other things. I'm actually thinking about finishing fucking what's it called, Metal Gear Solid 5, because I started on the PlayStation 4 and I did like it a lot, but something else come up and I just never finished it, and then it came in a Humble Bundle on PC. Now I'm kind of curious on how it plays on PC. So, but I don't know. It's just such a big game.
Right.
So.
I heard that there might be a new Dragon Age announced soon.
Oh! I did have something new. I played some City Skylines.
Okay. How terrible at it were you?
I was getting pissed off, because, like, I was like, how do you delete shit? Like, I would, like, accidentally put, like, a power line right in the middle of the fucking town because I'm just trying to figure shit out, and I don't know how to fucking...
Yeah, you put the power lines to the edge, and everybody, once you look at the overlay, everybody that has, like, a neighbor, like, the more neighbors and stuff you have, the more it will connect. So, like, you run the power lines, typically from the beginning, you make your power lines from the wind turbines. And wherever you have your wind turbines, you just run the power line, and then you connect it to the backside of whatever is the house that's on the edge. As long as the rest of that is filled in, then it will get power to everyone else, and you don't have to do anything. Water is completely different. 440 is the magic number.
Huh.
440.
But yeah, I just didn't know how to delete shit, and I was just trying to make roads. And then I was like wanting to go across another road, and it was like, oh, you can't, there's already something here. I'm like, yeah, it's another road. Why don't it like automatically just like you're going across this road. This is going to be a crossroads. Like,
right.
So I was like, but I only played it for like a few minutes, but just that first few minutes, I was like, okay, this is more than I thought it was going to be.
I think I started to get better at it over time, but initially I was terrible. In fact, like I had watched so much of it, I couldn't believe how terrible I was at the game.
Huh.
Yeah, you always want to like the first time you play, just turn the unlimited money on.
How do you do that?
You do that from when you're setting up everything before you actually start the match. You can just turn on the cheat of unlimited money.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you probably have to do that as like from the sandbox perspective, but yeah. Did you play it on PC or Xbox?
PC.
Okay. Yeah, the cool thing about PC is there's a lot of people that made all kinds of cool like buildings and like road formations and stuff like that you don't have to do yourself. You can just fucking download them. That's great. Especially in the early days, download some roundabout designs.
Okay.
Because roundabouts are very good at helping you get that initial group of people in and out of your city from the highway. So, yeah.
And what map should I start out with? Because that's what that was something that was like, there was a river and it was like all like a bunch of farmland or something.
I think I typically, I've only played on like the first area. Whichever was the first one that you normally do. I don't think I changed it.
It was the first one on that list. So there's like a list that you can pick from, and I just picked the first one there.
Yeah, I typically only the couple of times that I played it, because I played it once, I was really terrible. I played it again on Xbox, and I realized I was a little bit better, like I had learned something from fucking everything up the first time. So then I played it again on PC, and I started to get things going. It wasn't really like I was like overflowing with money and stuff to do a whole lot. Like I kept having to play it like real close to the chest. As far as money went, like I would buy something, I didn't really have any money, so I had to sit around and wait till I got more money. But my town was thriving in a way that it wasn't before.
Cool.
And on PC, auto bulldoze is the greatness. The only problem is with a lot of the things that you can download, you do not have, you won't be able to get any achievements or anything like that. They'll turn that shit off.
Yeah, but it's still giving me to learn how to fucking do that shit.
Yes. Man, I can help, man. You should live stream that shit one day when I'm available.
Cool.
So, yeah. Anything else?
I think that's about it. Like, play some Alan Wake on PC.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Looks amazing on PC.
Don't fucking care. Anything else?
The flashlight.
Fucking stupid ass shit. Sponsored by goddamn Energizer. How you put a battery sponsor and then the batteries keep running the fuck out? Like, how do you have a battery sponsor if the batteries don't last very long?
But they recharge.
I guess. They just don't last very long. So, fuck it. Alright, so, if you want to know my consumption, listen to the last Facetious, because we kind of ran out of time because we started talking about other stuff. But I think we had a good show, man.
Yeah. We're talking about fucking toilet paper and fucking Fabulosa.
Yeah. So, like, and then, like, you know, we're going to put the question out there and, we can see what y'all say, and then we're going to get back to y'all and what y'all answers are for our hamburgers and hot dog sandwiches.
Yeah, and we'll get on that on the next live show in December.
Yep. So, for the homie Chase, I'm Scarfinger. This is Scarcasm. And we're out of here. Peace out to the Warriors, yo. We appreciate y'all.
Later.
I like that shit, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm telling you, Whoa. I'm telling. All right, I ain't gonna talk.